welcome to the locker room. Glad to have you with us tonight. Got a full house here of baseball players tonight. We got high school football. You've probably got a little dirt on some UT players.
Probably so.
Yeah,
just a little bit.
Yeah, nothing to it though. Nothing to it. But high school football. If you're not ready now, it's too late.
It's too late.
Think you can play catch up. Stopped by Oliver Springs on the way in tonight, and Coach Brackett had the Bobcats out in the heat, and I asked him about the heat index, and said it really had to change because the heat index, they'd been practicing at 4, and the heat index was getting them. But they're going against Austin East tomorrow night. Coach Pankey, new head coach at Austin East, is going to bring the Roadrunners down to Oliver Springs tomorrow night at 6 o'clock. So really exciting for Coach Pankey. That'll be his first actually on the field look against opposition for his football team, and certainly for Coach Brackett. 21 seniors departed, and all 21, because we can remember back when they were all freshmen.
That's correct.
They played from their freshman year, the majority of them. So he's got has had a lot of work to do. Still not sure yet if he really knows who his quarterback is going to be. But as we said so many times, David, it's when you have that quarterback returning, you got to be moved up in the standings a couple notches just for that.
Right, but he's got an offensive line that's coming back though. It's got a little experience, so he's not hurting as bad as he's letting on.
Had several good-looking linemen, and the other thing that he's got an all-state linebacker coming back.
That's true. I mean, like I said, he's not hurt. He's not as bad off as he thinks he is.
And he was there tonight. But certainly a lot of programs getting down now. It's crunch time from here on out now. August 16th is just around the corner. 3 games in August, and tomorrow will be another test on the heat index. If you're going at it tomorrow before 6 o'clock, you probably.
It's supposed to be 100, right at. Not 100, but it's supposed to be 96 tomorrow. So 110 index, right?
So these guys that are coming out and lots of water breaks. I mean, they were giving them water breaks, which they should be, and it's just sort of the reverse. Back in the old days, you didn't drink water. They didn't give you water breaks. They had to stick it out. But now, obviously, the medical folks have wised up a little bit and made sure that these coaches give them plenty of water breaks. But anyway, and in fact, next week on the show, I think we've got some officials coming.
Right.
And there are some rule changes.
Correct.
We'll touch basically a little bit on them tonight, but the officials will come in next week, and they've been well schooled and well versed on all of these rule changes, and so they will have some good information for that. But tonight we have the Kingston AA 7 and 8 year old Dixie Youth State runner-up baseball players from Kingston, and they'll be departing tomorrow for just out of Richmond, Virginia, for the World Series. And I understand and we'll probably hear it more from the coaches and some of these players. Best Kingston team's ever done is the semifinals in the state championship. Not a bad deal. And the thing interesting about this thing, David, is you start looking at names on the backs of these jerseys, and it doesn't seem like it was that long ago that a lot of their dads were playing high school baseball. It goes by in a hurry. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
For all your ball, Reno's has it all. Reno's Sporting Goods offers the top name brands and the latest technology for every team athlete. Every day, we've given you 25 years of experience in our work. Come to Reno's.
Hi, Roane County. I'm David Morgan, and I want to be your next property assessor. I believe that all of Roane County should have a fair property assessment. And I'm a firm believer that a fair property assessment will lead to a fair property tax paid for all. If elected, on August the 2nd, I promise to do everything in my power to ensure that Roane County does have fair property assessments and fair property taxes. Thank you for your vote.
You demand good old-fashioned service from your pharmacy, and at Live and Let Live Drugstore in downtown Rockwood, we not only give you great hometown service, but we treat you like our family. Live and Let Live Drugstore is now your source for great candy by the pound, too. Live and Let Live is also a great place for Time and Again candles and wax burner, Elizabeth Arden cosmetics and fragrances, Walter Powell hand-carved birds, and Contented Heart handmade soaps, lip balms, herbal teas, and more. We also have great gift baskets that can be made to order.
Visit us at Live and Let Live Drugstore in downtown Rockwood. Let us be your hometown pharmacy.
Leadership matters. Conservative Julia Hurley understands the issues facing Roane and Loudoun counties. She's a proven leader who gets results. Results like eliminating the death tax by 2016 and cutting taxes by over $100 million. Results like leading the charge on DUI interlock laws and drug testing for welfare recipients. Results like reducing the hall tax and the gift tax. On August 2nd, remember these results and vote for conservative Julia Hurley. Right for business and families. Right for Roane and Loudoun counties.
The last thing Roane County needs is a career politician seeking to be elected to another public office for personal gain. An office allowing him to become vested in the state retirement program costing you more money. Roane County deserves a road superintendent with the experience and qualification to ensure that the taxpayer and not the office holder benefits. Please visit my website and view all candidates' qualifications. I believe you'll see that I am the most qualified candidate. Thank you for your support, and remember, real experience matters.
Since 1891, Chase Drugs has served Harriman and the surrounding area in downtown Harriman. Well, now Chase Drugs has a second location in Midtown at the Physicians Plaza. Chase Drugs will offer the same services as their downtown location, as well as prescription drug compounding, and they've added a convenient pharmacy drive-through. Also, you can pick up your refills at whichever location is most convenient to you. Can't make it to the pharmacy? Ask about our free delivery service. Chase Drugs, one pharmacy, two locations. Trusted care from the people you know.
I'm Teresa Kirkham, Roane County Property Assessor. I've dedicated 36 years of my life to public service in Roane County. 20 of those years it's been an honor and privilege to serve as your property assessor. I have a professional and educated staff well trained to serve the citizens and taxpayers of Roane County. You can change your face, but you cannot change the state law. This is not a position for on-the-job training. It takes experience to run the job as Roane County Property Assessor. I pledge to continue to run this office honestly and fairly for the taxpayers of Roane County.
We treat you like family at RMG. Bring your junk, cars, aluminum cans. We'll buy it on the spot and we'll pay you a lot. We treat you like family at RMG. Yeah, we treat you like family at RMG. Roane Metals Group treat you like family.
Roane Metals is located just off of Highway 27 between Harriman and Rockwood.
Well, welcome back to the locker room, and as we told you on our way out, we have AA Dixie Youth state champs, 7 and 8 year olds from Kingston, and these young men have returned from the state tournament as runner-ups and have earned a shot to go to the Dixie Youth 7 and 8 World Series out of Richmond, Virginia. So congratulations to these guys and to coaches Jarrett Walker and Ronnie Taylor, and guys, job well done.
Yeah, we done pretty good there. It was a tough little tournament. It got hot and had a lot of rain there. We got rained out 2 days down there in a row where we had to sit in the hotel with all the kids. And when you have 12 kids plus the grandparents and grandkids and other kids, it gets a little stir crazy and everybody's bouncing off the walls. But we played pretty well to considering what we had to go through there for a little bit. So.
Coach, how long have you had these kids together?
This is the all of them have been around for a little while, but this is the we picked up there at the end of regular season. We've done our regular season teams, and we selected our all-star team, and we've been practicing and playing, I guess, for
a couple months.
Yeah, about 2 months or so. So it's come together pretty well, really.
Coach Taylor, how was your experience at the state tournament?
We had a good time. Dodged the raindrops and a little bit of lightning. We had a great time. The kids were wonderful. Don't seem like anything phases them. Lots of distractions, but yet they still went out and played ball every time there was a game.
Coach, just the names on the back of these jerseys, a lot of them look familiar. I mean, what are we that old or what?
Getting that old. There's a bunch. When I start naming them off, everybody knows a handful on the team, and it's pretty neat seeing them all grow up. And
so a lot of this just comes naturally then.
good natural, I guess.
Okay, well let's meet these young men, and our first one is
Kane Collins.
Kane Collins. And Kane, what position do you play?
Shortstop.
Shortstop. How long have you been playing baseball?
About 6 or 7 years.
Well, you started early, didn't you, buddy? Huh? Yeah. How was your trip to the state tournament? Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Okay. And what grade are you in?
I'm going into third.
Third grade. Anybody you want to say hi to? Don't forget now, you need some trip money here for your World Series trip.
Say hi to your sister.
Hi, Kendall.
Okay. Well, good luck to you at the World Series.
Thank you.
Coach, anything about this young man?
No, Kane, he's one of the better athletes on the team for sure, and he's fast as lightning and one of the anchors on the defense, that's for sure. He's really got a glove, and we call him the Hoover over there for the vacuum at times, or a ball magnet. He's a good shortstop.
Doesn't matter what age you're playing, you better be strong up the middle, hadn't you?
That's for sure.
Very good. Congratulations to you.
Thank you.
And our next young man,
Bo Baker.
that's the way to get after it, Bo. That's the way to get down there, man. What position do you play?
Second base.
Second base. Okay, so you're the other half of that double play combination. How long?
Yes.
How long have you been playing, Bo?
3 years.
3 years. Okay. So you like to play defense or offense better? You'd rather bat?
Bat.
Okay. Anybody you want to say hi to?
No.
No? Coach, these young guys, have to be able to score a lot of runs, don't they?
Yeah, they do. They do. And that's been one of our strong parts is we've usually hit the ball pretty well. We got down at the state tournament, didn't hit it as well as we could, but our defense really kept us alive there. And another thing about Bo, his dad, he's another one of the coaches. He's the manager of the team, and he had to work, so he couldn't be here tonight. But Bo, he's been a good hitter and become a strong second baseman there as the seasons went.
Okay. Bo, congratulations.
Thanks.
And our next one?
Cooper Webb.
Cooper Webb. Cooper, what position do you play?
Pitcher.
Oh, pitcher. Lot riding on your shoulders, aren't there?
Yes.
How long you been pitching?
3 years.
Wow. Okay. Now do you swing a pretty mean bat too?
Yes.
Do you?
Yes.
Okay. Well, Coach, that's pretty confident now.
He is. He's another one of our speedsters for sure, and he's another one that his dad's the other coach that's not here that's helping out, and he's been a good little defensive pitcher there for us, and he's quick as can be on the bases, that's for sure. So trying to keep him reined in.
Are you looking forward to this World Series trip?
Yes.
Very good. Anybody you want to say hi to?
Hi, Dad.
Okay. Very good.
Hi to your brother.
Very good. Congratulations.
Thank you. Ethan Melton.
You can stand up. That'll get you sound there. What is your name? Speak up.
Ethan Melton.
That's Big E.
Big E. Okay. And what position do you play?
Catcher.
Catcher. Okay. Very important position. So you get in on every play, don't you? And how long have you been playing baseball?
4 years.
4 years. Okay. Well, great. Anybody you want to say hi to?
My family.
There you go. You probably got you an extra $5 there for your trip tomorrow, man. You looking forward to your trip?
Yes, sir.
Have a good time at the state tournament? Well, good. Coach, you got to have a good catcher.
Yeah. He's been there, and it's been hot, and he's played it just about the whole time. There now and then, if it gets real hot, we'll sub him out a little bit. But his bat came on real strong there at the state tournament. He's really cranked them out there over the kids' head. He hit a couple of just really good balls there. It was something watching him hit the ball.
Well, good. Congratulations.
Dalton Brummett.
Dalton Brummett. And what position do you play?
Left field.
Left field. Okay. And how long? You been playing ball a long time?
4 years.
4 years. Wow. So pretty exciting to be in the state tournament and going to a World Series?
Yes.
Folks around town sort of patting you on the back? Oh, that's good. That's good. So you got some outfielders here, Coach, that you got to be able to catch the ball and throw it to the right spot in this league, don't you?
Yeah, the further you get down the tournaments, the more the outfield is more important than you can even imagine. There's a lot of balls that get hit out there, and come to this regional World Series, they're going to get all the action they want, and making the catch and making a good quick throw with the crow hop is what we try to teach them, to hustle and get it in, and Dalton's been doing well for us, and he's starting to hit the ball a lot better than he was too. So he's improved a lot. So that's a good thing always.
Coach Taylor, how much improvement have you seen from this bunch since you first started?
A lot of improvement. Whenever we first started off, they're playing on a lot of teams with different skill levels. A lot of new first-year players coming in, so it was really hard to get a feel for how good they could be. But once they all started playing together and started pushing each other, they really did good. They really improved their skills.
Good. Anybody you want to say hi to?
My mom, my dad, and my brother.
Very good. Very good. What grade you in?
I'm going into 4th.
4th grade, okay.
And Ron, as you know, every baseball team has to have a character, and he's our character.
Okay.
He keeps us rolling.
Thank you. Who's next?
Name's Blake. Blake Woody, play first base for Kingston, and
Now, Blake, before we did this thing here, man, you were talking up, and I mean, you were really getting after it now. Let me hear a little bit more volume out of that now.
my team did really good in the state, and would like to improve more and go to the world in Virginia.
Well, now see that. Yeah, you're sounding more like that politician that you were sounding like before we went on the air here. Now, don't let that microphone get in your way. Now, go ahead and speak up there. Now, how long you been playing?
5 years.
5 years. And what grade will you be in?
Going into 3rd.
Going into 3rd. Okay. So, Coach, another key. I mean, all of these are key positions, but you got to have somebody behind the plate. You got to have somebody on first, and you need a good shortstop.
We do.
And center fielder to really get after.
We do. Blake, he's a good one. That he's above his age really, because he'll go out there and he'll stretch for the ball. Where a lot of kids at this age group don't know how to lean out there and really go for it. And he's been one of the bigger hitters there. He can, if he wants to muscle it up, he can knock it out there about as far as he wants. And he's been a big key to our team there. And he's actually lives about 3 houses down from me, so I get to see him about every day.
So you enjoy hitting it pretty good, and
Yeah.
huh? Yeah, you look like you might enjoy that. Well, we appreciate it. Congratulations.
Thanks. My name is Eli Davis.
Okay, Eli. And what position do you play?
Right field.
Right field. Okay. And how long have you been playing?
3 years.
3 years. Okay. And had a good time at the state tournament. Looking forward to another trip. Now, when are you leaving?
We're leaving tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Okay. Very good. Anybody you want to say hi to?
I'd like to say hi to my brother and my dad.
Very good. Very good. Well, best of luck, and you got to stay awake in right field, don't you?
Yeah, he had a big catch down there at the state tournament for us. It was pretty impressive that he made. So it was a good catch in the outfield.
Good deal. Congratulations.
I'm Colby Raymer.
We can't hear you now.
Colby Raymer.
Okay. And you don't have to lean down. Just speak up loud, okay?
Okay.
What position do you play?
I play center field.
Center field, okay. And Coach, he looks like he's pretty quick too.
He is. He's the anchor in our outfield. He's our leader out there, and so he's the
comes by that speed, honestly, doesn't
he does. He's got it. He comes in his family, I believe, a little bit.
Well, if he's got real good speed, though, he's beating his dad.
Yeah, that's for sure.
So, did you have a good time at the state tournament?
Yeah.
Okay. What grade are you going to be in?
3rd.
3rd grade. Okay. And anybody you want to say hi to?
My mom, my sister, my brother, and my baby brother.
Okay. So, you're looking forward to this big tournament?
Yeah.
Meet a lot of new friends and carry some good memories with you. Take a lot of pictures. Appreciate you.
Yeah, he's another one. His granddad coached a basketball over at Kingston when I was playing over there. So that's another one you kind of see roll back through.
That's right. That's right. They're just some names, and here's another one.
Jackson Puckett.
Jackson Puckett. Jackson, what position do you play?
Third.
Third base. Okay, and you look like you could run the bases a little bit too. Can you run them faster than your daddy did?
Definitely.
And what grade are you going into?
Third.
Third grade? And Coach, I'm sure this is another one that has some pretty good baseball genes, and
yes.
It certainly helps.
Yeah, he come from a long line there from Dana playing basketball at Clemson, and his dad playing baseball, and he's got a good tree he's coming out of for sure.
Good. Anyone you want to say hi to? No?
He really gave us an advantage at the state at third base. A lot of the teams tried to be real strong at the middle. We had a real strong third baseman, and you'd be surprised how many plays that we were able to stop, how many rallies we were able to stop just because we had him at third base. It was able to make real difficult catches and real strong throws.
Make the throw. That's the main thing, is most kids can't make the throw from third at this age group like that.
I think your picture was in the paper making the throw, wasn't it? Yeah. Your daddy's picture used to be in the paper or something too. Now, I don't know what all it was about. It might have been, him watching.
Pitching.
Huh?
Pitching.
Yeah. He could. So that's right. Well, congratulations.
Thank you. My name is Lily Taylor. I play pretty much everywhere in outfield and pitcher.
And don't be adjusting your cameras or TV sets here now. Who said this was just a boys' game here now? I bet you showed them some tricks, hadn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got the winning hit one time.
You got the what?
Winning hit.
Yeah, that'll show them, won't it?
Mm-hmm.
Huh? So, did you get a lot of looks from those other players?
No, not really.
Catcher doesn't say anything to you when you step in the batter's box?
No.
They know better now, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
And so you play most every position?
Well, just out pretty much everywhere in outfield and pitcher.
And pitcher?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay. Well, I tell you what, that's pretty impressive.
Thank you.
What grade will you be in?
I'm going into third.
Third grade?
Mm-hmm.
Good deal.
Now, she's one of the toughest players on the team. She'll take a ground ball, and they'll pop up and hit her, and it won't phase her. And if some of these boys would be as tough as she would, we'd be really good.
Well, you need to work with them. You need to make them a little tougher.
Yeah.
Reckon you can do that between now and the time you start playing in Richmond?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's good. That's good. You want to say hi to anyone?
My mama and papa.
Okay. Very good.
And her dad's standing right behind her there.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. Any problems with your dad coaching?
Yeah.
It's hard to listen, ain't it?
Well, very good. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And it's good to see you on the field, too.
Thank
I'm
you.
proud of you for getting out there and showing them how to do it.
Thank you.
We all grin whenever they pull the outfield in. We all kind of look at each other and grin.
Yeah, 'cause she'll knock it way out there, that's for sure.
Good for her.
My name's Grayson Woodley, and I play right center field.
Okay. And how long you been playing?
4 years.
4 years. Okay. And what grade will you be going into?
Third.
Third grade. Okay. Coach, this looks like another pretty good baseball player.
He is. He's one of the quieter spoken ones, that's for sure. But now he's got a good glove and he's got a good arm out there, and he's just been super consistent batting the ball. He just hits it about every time, and it's not the strongest, but it's not the softest, but it's always a base hit usually. And he's one of the quicker players on the bases, so you got a good feel when he gets up to bat there.
So you like any particular pitch, or you just stand up there and get ready to get after it?
Yep.
Don't like to walk? Rather
Nope.
get a good hit? That's good. That's good. You want to say hi to anyone?
My mom, my dad, and my little brother.
Okay. Very good. Well, congratulations, and hope you have a great trip.
Thank you.
My name's Bailey Walker.
Bailey Walker. Okay. How long have you been playing, Bailey?
4 years.
4 years. And what position do you play?
Right field and catcher.
Right field and catcher. Okay. What you like best?
Catcher.
Catcher. Don't blame you, buddy. That's a good position to play. And did you have a good time at the state tournament?
Yeah.
Did you? Okay. I think your dad probably played some ball too, didn't he?
Yeah, he played catcher.
Yeah. Coach, and again, you gotta, and in this situation, it takes all 12. It doesn't matter. Matter who's where when it starts. You better all be ready to play.
Yeah, because you bat 1 through 12, and the same with we'll play 10 in the outfield, but then we'll sub them in, and you never know where the ball's going to be hit, and every play, it really means something if you make that play or not, and or if you make that hit, it all snowballs to the final score there. So.
Very good. Anyone you want to say hi to?
My family.
Family. Okay. Very good. Good luck.
Thank you.
That's all.
So that's it.
That's it.
Pretty good group. Pretty good group, guys. And I know you're going to represent Roane County and Kingston well, and we're certainly proud of the fact that you've represented us well already. Coach, what time are you leaving tomorrow?
I think there's no particular time. I know me and my wife, we're leaving about 8 in the morning, but everybody just kind of show up whenever, because our opening ceremony isn't until Friday. So
I was fixing to get us a big send off here.
Yeah, we're not caravanning out there.
Okay. Well, Coach, obviously, you've done well. Kingston's had some pretty good Dixie youth teams over the years, and you need to enjoy it, because one of these days you'll be sitting over here, an old man like me that went through this process. It's a great deal to be able to do, and I might tell Ms. Taylor over there that we lost a trip to the state by a young lady in Sweetwater who I'd told our pitcher not to throw to. They threw to her, and she hit a dinger down the right field line, and we lose the ball game. So that's the way to get after it. That's the way to get after it. Yeah. But congratulations, Coach. I appreciate you bringing them up here tonight, and we'll circle in another trip in about 2 weeks, I guess, for a World Series championship.
Yeah, I'd like to thank all the people that's helped sponsor us, and we've done a roadblock and some car washes and got some donations from a handful of people, and we'd really like to thank everybody that's chipped in on that. And it gets a little expensive when you're going and staying out in White House, and you're going to Virginia, and it's enjoyable, and it's a good trip for the kids. I think they enjoy being at the hotel with other kids more than about anything, to be honest. But it's a good time, and we're all excited and thankful to be in the position, and we've got a good group of kids and an awesome group of parents to go along with it, and that, as you know, that goes a long ways.
Gotta have it.
Yeah, it's hard to do that. So,
guys, y'all have any kind of little pregame ritual there when you get in the huddle? Yeah. Huh?
Yeah. Come on, guys.
Well, how about getting out here? Get out here and let's see what you got out here. Show us one time.
Can I call it?
We'll let Kane call it up, all right? Guys, we've got to get loud, all right? You guys ready to start getting loud?
Yeah.
Ready? Good job, guys.
Good job. Coach, thank you for being here. Guys, thank you for being here, and good luck.
Thanks for having us.
We'll take a commercial break, and we'll be right back.
I'm Teresa Kirkham, Roane County Property Assessor. I've dedicated 36 years of my life to public service in Roane County. 20 of those years, it's been an honor and privilege to serve as your property assessor. I have a professional and educated staff well trained to serve the citizens and taxpayers of Roane County. You can change your face, but you cannot change the state law. This is not a position for on-the-job training. It takes experience to run the job as Roane County Property Assessor. I pledge to continue to run this office honestly and fairly for the taxpayers of Roane County.
Since 1891, Chase Drugs has served Harriman and the surrounding area in downtown Harriman. Well, now Chase Drugs has a second location in Midtown at the Physicians Plaza. Chase Drugs will offer the same services as their downtown location, as well as prescription drug compounding, and they've added a convenient pharmacy drive-thru. Also, you can pick up your refills at whichever location is most convenient to you. Can't make it to the pharmacy? Ask about our free delivery service. Chase Drugs, one pharmacy, two locations. Trusted care from the people you know.
Hello, I'm Brian Mullins, candidate for Road Superintendent for Roane County. For the past 17 years, I've owned and operated a construction business, and I'm the only candidate with actual road building experience. Don't be fooled by promises of new technology that have already been rejected by our current road superintendent. Our county cannot afford the trial and error method of an inexperienced candidate. It's your money, spend it wisely. I appreciate your vote and support in the upcoming election.
Roan Metals Group has been serving East Tennessee for decades. Locally owned and operated with convenient hours of operation. Roan Metals buys all types of scrap metal. Nothing's too big or too small. Still have that clunker sitting around? We've been buying them for years. Roan Metals Group are specialists in industrial scrap. We have what it takes to get any size job done. Roan Metals urges you to recycle responsibly. Scrap with only licensed dealers. A member of the TSRA and the ISRI. Roan Metals Group. Turn that scrap into cash.
Hi, Roan County. I'm David Morgan, and I want to be your next property assessor. I believe that all of Roan County should have a fair property assessment, and I'm a firm believer that a fair property assessment will lead to a fair property tax paid for all. If elected, on August the 2nd, I promise to do everything in my power to ensure that Roan County does have fair property assessments and fair property taxes. Thank you for your vote.
If you haven't visited the Live and Let Live drugstore lately, you're really missing a treat. The expanded gift shop has so many unique gift ideas, from glycerin soaps and candles to specialty gift boxes you can design. And they offer gift wrapping service too. The soda fountain is always a favorite, not to mention the candy counter where you can select fresh confections and buy as much or as little as you desire. If you need pharmacy services, the staff at Live and Let Live is always available to discuss your medications. Live and Let Live drugstore in downtown Rockwood, your hometown pharmacy and gift shop.
Leadership matters. Conservative Julia Hurley understands the issues facing Roan and Loudoun counties. She's a proven leader who gets results. Results like eliminating the death tax by 2016 and cutting taxes by over $100 million. Results like leading the charge on DUI interlock laws and drug testing for welfare recipients. Results like reducing the hall tax and the gift tax. On August 2nd, remember these results and vote for conservative Julia Hurley. Right for business and families. Right for Roan and Loudoun counties.
Reno Sporting Goods has what you need to play any team sport, and for almost 25 years, Reno's has provided uniforms, gear, and apparel for school teams and youth leagues across East Tennessee. Reno's, where our customers come first.
Kane Collins.
Welcome back to the locker room. Barry's chatting a little bit on the phone. Giving some well wishes to the Kingston group that was just in, and we're glad to have him here tonight. And as soon as I can get him back in his seat and get him calmed down, you know, he thinks he's a pro at this, and he's really not. But if you watched the show last week, you'll know that. But it's, you know, we're just about 30-some days, I think 36 days, maybe 37 days, till Tennessee football kicks off on the 31st. We're less than that on high school football. The August the 17th is our first game. I believe that's right. We're excited. We're ready to go. Next week, if you want to, and I know everybody that calls in on a Friday night show always has a complaint about the officials. So be sure and watch next week. We're going to have two of the supervisors here. Kim Buchanan and Mike Borm is going to be in the studio for the first part of the show next week. We'll talk about some rule changes. Maybe if you got a call, you want to call in, ask a question, maybe we can get them to answer a couple questions. But next week, tune in. We'll have two of the referees, or two of the supervisors of the referees will be in the studio with us if nothing don't happen. So we're ready to kick off high school football around here. And like I said, Barry, we just had a group of young men, if you was watching us prior to coming back from the commercial, we had a Dixie youth team from Kingston that's going to the World Series in Virginia. Congratulations to them, and wish them all the luck in the world there. And it's future Kingston players there tonight, and apparently a lot of good blood. Barry knows all of them apparently just about, or knows their dads or somebody in their family. So some good line of young athletes there coming up. But like I said, it's just about high school football team. There's people are practicing right now and getting ready. As Barry said earlier, he stopped at Oliver Springs tonight, and they were working out a little bit, getting ready to lose 21 seniors, but I think Oliver Springs will be all right. I don't I don't think the cupboard's as bare as when the coach got there. I think he'll be all right. Like you said, he's got to get a quarterback, but
and that's a good point.
And that's good. You know,
I don't think the cupboard.
Well, you know, when he came, he had to play a lot of freshmen.
No spring practice.
No spring practice.
In fact, it was about this time of year when he got
this time of year when he got the job. So, but anyway, I think they'll be all right. There are some teams in the area that it's going to be loaded this year, and I want them to be Oneida. I mean, they're going to come back with just about everybody in that league that they're in, that conference they're in, or district, or whatever you want to call it, that they're in. That's a team that we all think that'll be going deep in the playoffs probably. And then you always got Rockwood and Cofield that perform pretty good, and it'll be interesting to see if Harriman rebounds a little bit this year. What they've got in the cupboard down there. Not saying that it's bare, but it's a little rebuilding project there. I think it's going to be interesting to see what Kingston does this year. First time in 26
years.
26 years. Got a new head coach. Be interesting to see what happens there. Be interesting to see what happens in Oak Ridge. They're going to have to make a change in quarterbacks. They're going to somebody that's a little bit more versatile as far as taking off and running the ball. I don't know if he's as hard-nosed as Mr. Tulliger was, but still yet, a change in the quarterback, somebody that's really fast, and, it's an option they've got. David,
if Hall improves his passing,
well, that's what I'm saying.
His passing up to Zulliger's,
he'll be
as fast as he is.
He'll be dangerous.
Well, you talk about putting some pressure on some defensive ends and linebackers. Wow.
And he'll be dangerous. And it'll be interesting to see what's going to happen in Clinton. They don't win a game last year, but they play one of their last games of the year. They play really well against Anderson County. They have a shot at that game. They don't win it. It'll be interesting to see what happens with Coach Kerr. I know he's excited to get the season started. I'm here, buzz around there seems to be pretty high. And then right up the road will be AC. It'll be interesting to see what happens there. They've got a quarterback that's back. I mean, they've got, went in last year with that unknown quarterback, and they struggled a little bit.
But Coach Terry's positive. He's got more enthusiasm.
He's like that bunny, the Energizer bunny that bunnies around. But still, yet high school football just around the corner, and like I said, it's going to be it's going to be good.
And all the players that were thinking, I'll start next week. I'll start next week. They're paying right now.
Yeah.
They're paying right now.
Well, if they've waited this late to start, they're not going to start next week because they're going to be over there. They'll be dipping water.
It's an exciting time, and certainly as high school football starts, college football is just around the corner, and I think it's 37 or 39 days,
30 something like it,
till UT kicks off down in Atlanta against North Carolina State, and what a time! Regardless of what there is to these reports that I guess surfaced today.
What do you mean? He did it.
No, what I'm saying
is
regardless of how minor it is, this just now you've got to worry about. These are, you take Bray and Rogers were the two names last year after the Kentucky game that surfaced as maybe not giving it their all. Now already, Rogers has surfaced again this year by whatever were happening, the Georgia State thing coming out, and now here is Bray right before you're starting fall camp.
It's real simple. Dismiss him.
Well, no, it's not quite that simple.
Yeah, it's that simple.
No, it's not quite that simple. No, it's not.
That's what they ought to do.
That's probably the right thing to do.
That's right. That's exactly right, because you watch and see before the year's over if they don't come back and bite them somewhere down there. I hope it don't, but that's what'll happen.
And I was thinking the other day, David, especially about Rogers. Now Hunter was getting a lot of the throws before he went down last year. He was making the big catches. He was making the third down catches. He was making the touchdown catches. And then he gets hurt, so Rogers becomes the main man. Now what if Hunter comes out and assumes the same role that he did last year and starts getting the primary look, making the catches, making the touchdown tosses? Does Rogers then, because he won't be the man then?
Oh no, I think you'll have happen what happened last year in the Kentucky game. You've already got, come on. It's gonna happen, and we know it's gonna happen.
Because Patterson's going to be a factor.
That's
too.
what I'm saying. The difference. If you listen to Dooley the other day, Dooley said, we're better than we were 2 years ago. They're a little bit deeper.
You better be.
But I've talked to a lot of people today that said, well, they're going to compete. Which you didn't hear him say one thing. He said we're going to be able to compete. He didn't say we're going to be able to win, because he knows on the schedule he can only win 6 games. 5 to 6 games.
I don't.
Yeah, that's what it's going to be, Barry.
I don't agree with that.
I took a poll on that. We're going to produce it here in the next couple of weeks, and we'll show you.
I'm still at
Most
7.
people agree with me.
If you look at the schedule,
You're at 7. I thought it was 8 or 9.
No, I said I see 7 games that he should win right now, and with an upset in there, which very well could happen this year. You can get to 8 if he gets a couple. If he were to beat Georgia and South Carolina, then he probably gets to 9.
But I guess the headline news this week would be what's went down at Penn State, and I've got some different feelings here on it. Maybe you think after I've sat and thought about what the NCAA done to Penn State, it's probably better off if they didn't get the death penalty. If they'd have got the death penalty for a year, which they were talking about banning football for a year, the punishment for what they're going to do to them is not going to be a year or 2. It's going to take about 10 years for Penn State to cycle through this. It'll take them about 10 years to get back to where they actually need to be to get caught up. So instead of a 4-year penalty, it's going to wind up taking them almost 10 to recover from it. If you look at the way that you break it down, scholarship-wise, going in, it's going to take them it's going to take 4 more years just to replace the players that they're going to lose by losing the 40 scholarships that they're going to lose over 4 years. So that's an additional 4 years. So the penalty at what they've given is a harsher penalty than if you just eliminated football 1 year, you lose the senior.
Well, they weren't going to do it just for 1 year.
No, they would probably well, that's what they said. They looked at a 1 year thing.
Well, I mean,
the talk was 1 year, and somebody said 2.
When the president said, we agreed to this because we didn't like our options of several years with the death penalty. Now I don't know what several are.
Well, but the talk was that it was going to. He says that, but if you listen to Smith talk, they looked at a 1 year penalty. I listened to him last night on ESPN. That's what I took, not unless I missed something that. I got in late on this thing. I didn't know it was on, but I listened to him late last night, and his state, that he more or less said the death penalty. This is harsh. This is getting their attention. They're gonna get that program straightened out up there, and it goes down. It just goes to show you, Paterno stayed too long. He lost control of the program. Not necessarily the program. He lost control of his coaches. One coach in particular.
Well, I think to me, the one aspect. And I've heard a lot of people saying the NCAA didn't have any authority in this.
Well, they must have.
But if you look at where these attacks took place, almost every one of them took place in the Penn State locker room.
Yep.
Now, people will say, well, why did they go back to 1998? Because
that's when it started.
That's when it started. And what happened was, not only did Joe Paterno not take care of it, he allowed to continue the use of Penn State facilities. And to me, that's all he had. That's all the NCAA had to go on. If it happened in those athletic facilities, and the fact that, let's say that it occurred in 1998, and the school took care of it in 1998. Then the NCAA probably is not involved.
You're right.
In it.
I agree with you.
And Penn State then loses. They probably lose some scholarships based on the same thing.
I don't know if they would have.
So it's probably been an unfair advantage since 1998.
Why not just step up and do the right thing off the bat, and then it's taken care of. But instead, they put football in front of what was going on, and they covered it up. And Joe Paterno, which he's not here to defend himself, and it's easy to talk about somebody that's not here to defend, but if you look at the reports and everything, not unless something comes out that's way out of left field is opposite of this, and I don't think it's going to, you're going to take the winningest coach and look what he's went. What's everybody going to remember? I mean, they're going to remember this. This will be talked about from now on.
Sure.
And you have your statue taken down. You have a wall taken down behind you. I mean, the man that goes out his reputation was untouchable for all those years that he was there. And are they going to take his name off the library too?
His known reputation.
Are you going to take his name off the library?
I
think you gotta go back. I don't even know if I spend state, if he gave $1 million like they said, I don't know that I wouldn't write him a check back and give him $1 million back and take his name out. Well, they might not. They might not have. But I'm just saying this is really big, and it just goes to show you that they put the football is so important, so much money. Most schools do it.
It's going to get worse.
It's going to get worse, and I think that's what the president of the NCAA said. Hey, this is you want to get out here and do this. We don't want to use this, whatever it was, this gap they had, or this written policy that it was hid back that nobody really knew about that they could give him this authority to do. This is what we're going to do to you.
I don't know what the Big Ten pays out per school, like the SEC schools get about $18 million.
Said it was $13 million.
Okay, so times 4 there, which it's going to be more than that. The fourth year would probably be more than 13 as it keeps accumulating, because the Big Ten now has their own TV network and stuff. So you're losing that. You lost $60 million. But the only thing that I disagree with what we've talked about is because of who they have there as their head coach and his ability to recruit and sell people, and because of the location of that school. I think probably what he will be able to do is to salvage, and I was looking at their schedule. And if you look at their schedule, there's 6 or 7 wins on their schedule.
Oh yeah, they don't. Penn State. I mean, State's all. I mean, it's not. They don't play a tough schedule.
No, but it's
a pretty cupcake schedule.
But it's not.
Well, it's not a great schedule. Let's just admit
that. I was just going
schedule.
down the list there.
They start off. I think they can win
Ohio,
6 or 7 games in a row. Maybe they can win.
So I saw at least 6 games.
But you know that when you take 40 scholarship players and you get down to 65, and that's all you've got, it's going to be hard to compete when you put injuries in there and everything.
Well, it is with Ohio States and Michigans and Michigan
States. Right, that's what I'm saying. But it's going to be hard to compete.
But if you take and let's just say because what you're going to be doing is going, instead of 25-85, you're 15-65 is what you're going to be.
Right.
So let's take, if you can still recruit 15 really good football players. By good, I mean 3-star, because that's, everybody but about 5 schools is making a living off of 3 stars. That's what you got, really, and to coach up. If he can keep his coaching staff intact, and he's got one of the top quarterbacks in the country out of Maryland that's supposed to come there. If that kid commits and comes there, then he's not near. It's like Southern Cal. Their quarterback stayed. They got through their 2 years, in not bad shape. But probably a lot of people think they're going to win the national championship.
And the kid you're talking about is coming to visit on campus to do something in the next week or 2.
Yeah. So if he can keep the best of the best that he has right now.
As they said on ESPN the other day, he cannot afford to go out and give a scholarship and it be a miss.
That's my point.
He has to be right on. He can't take a chance on wrong. If there's something questionable about you, he can't take a chance. Well, he's got to go after somebody like me that's good.
And you stop over here and think, how many times out of the 23, 24 players that Tennessee recruits, how many names do you never hear of again?
Oh, there's a few. Every year you got 5 or 6 probably.
So that's my point, is that if he can get the ones that he puts an asterisk by this year for next year's class, and he can get those kids, then I don't really think, although most of those kids, there's no red shirting.
Well, there's not.
when you come to play, he's going to need you to play.
There's not, but he said on ESPN today that some of those kids could be redshirted in their fifth year play for a championship. And he said that on ESPN today. But the thing about it is, and here's something that he said today, they're going to come here for the schooling and blah, 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 and we're going to get them ready for the NFL. Well, me and you know that half those kids are better than half that plays college football never plays in the NFL. It's a small group that makes it off to the NFL. From Penn State, you probably can count them right here next year. If there's that many when they graduate out that are going to the NFL make it, it's not that many that make it in the NFL.
But
so,
having that NFL experience.
Yeah, but he's got 3 coaches. But so I mean, I don't,
I'm just saying that's a plus. It's
a plus. But that's the only. He can't sell them a Big Ten championship. He can't sell them going to play a bowl game. He can't sell them playing for a national championship for the next 4 years. The only thing he can sell them to is we're going to play in front of 108,000. Okay. You're going to get a good education. Well, most schools that you go to, if you're getting an inch free, it's going to be a good education. So, and you're going to play for some pro coaches. There's 3 on the staff. Okay,
no,
so
but you're leaving the best thing out.
Well, what's the best thing? College life, college experience. What is it?
The best thing is that you will go down as the class that kept Penn State football alive.
You don't know though that they're going to be able to. Right now, you don't know what's going to happen.
Regardless of
he's
what
on
happens,
pins and needles right now because if he loses,
that's right.
if he loses 20, if he was to lose, I was going to say 20. If he loses 10 players, and it's the 10 right players, Penn State football is crippled this year. Immediately.
But the good thing about all of this is the timing. If this had been 3 months ago, he might have lost 20. But where are you going to go now? Most teams are full. Most teams don't have maybe 2 scholarships.
Tennessee wants a few of them.
Well, but Tennessee don't have.
USC's wanting a few. Well, they're going to have some openings there because Brady's going to be gone, Rodgers will be gone. They'll kick them off for the year.
But realistically, right now they don't have.
They only have a couple, I think, maybe one or two.
So that's the big thing. Now next year is the year he has to worry about. If he loses a bunch next year, but I think what he's got to tell his kids now is you're the class coming in that is going to keep Penn State football on the threshold. Yes, we can't play for, but I guarantee you what they can play for. The Michigan game, the Ohio State game, that's their bowl game.
Yeah, that's your bowl game.
That's what you got to watch out for.
And one thing we didn't talk about in high school football, when I was here 2 weeks ago or a week ago when I was here, you was really, really confident that the TSSAA was going to go back to 5 classifications or 4. I mean, you was really. You would have bet the farm on it.
I would have,
and you would have lost like you do in most things.
And it was just like the Supreme Court justices. Somebody got to one of them.
No, nobody got to none of them.
Because it was supposed to be.
It's a simple
just
thing.
Like Jody said. Jody said he was for the 5, and he thought it was going to go to 5.
It was a simple thing, being that
you did read that in the paper.
It was a simple thing. I read that in the paper. It was a simple thing that the teams down in Middle and West Tennessee didn't want to have to do the travel that they were proposing for them to do. So. Once again, you were wrong, like I said, as usual.
Somebody got to them because
do your homework better next time. I told you it wasn't going to change.
I can't follow them into the vote.
I told you it wasn't going to change, and you didn't believe me. That's normal. You don't believe me, so you got proved wrong.
And still didn't change the multiplier, which was probably the most discussion of the whole shooting match.
And I'm more disappointed than that than I am. Really, I think, be honest with you, the first year there were some problems. Now, was there that many problems the next year? I don't think there was that many problems. Sure, there's going to be, Ron, coaches. There's going to be coaches not like who they play in the playoffs, or if they get, win. And here's what I tell those coaches: win a couple more games, win some games. Don't be 6-4 and complain because you got to drive up here and play Oak Ridge. Win 8 games and you won't have to come and play Oak Ridge. But guess what? If Oak Ridge is the best team in your division, you're going to play them eventually anyway. So quit skirting them.
And the other
quit skirting whoever it is. Quit complaining that you're going to have to go play so-and-so. Go play.
If they'd gone back to 5, you probably would have had some coaches resigning. Because what you would have had is for instance, in Rockwood's district, you would have had Austin East, CAK, Alcoa, Loudon, Rockwood, Oliver Springs.
That's what I'm saying.
And Wartburg.
You know,
now that's
it is better. It's more. I think to me, and maybe I'm on the outside looking in. Maybe I don't know it all. Maybe somebody sit down and school me on it. I'll be more than glad to listen to him on. But I think the 6 is better. It's better. I think the football's really been good around here the last couple of years, or I think it has. We've had there's some good games. It's paired them out. I mean, it's made it to me. We've had some really good games. I'm happy with it. But these coaches, they're complaining because they're going to have to play so and so or so and so. Win some more games, guys, and you won't have to worry about it. But eventually you got to. If you're in Alcoa's division, you're going to have to play them.
Well, but
if you're in C8K's division, you're going to have to play them.
What's happening is when you're playing 2 and 3A together, or single A and double A together, and it's hard for some of the single A teams to win. When you're playing 3 and 4A together, it's tough. When you play 5 and 6 together, it's pretty tough.
And some of the things that I heard, they wanted it was more the spring sports that some coaches are concerned about more than they are football, because some of the pairings, some of the single and double A schools get stuck with in the spring sports. So, I don't know. You can't make. There's no way to make everybody happy. This system seems to be working. Seems to be producing pretty good football around here. And let's just take it and go with it. I mean, it could be worse. I mean, when I heard that they were talking go to 3 classifications like it used to be, just have three. Yeah, I heard that was a talk. 3 classifications maybe, or to go to 4 and just have 4. Come on, it's
But even going to 5, when you looked at some of the regions that they were putting together there, it was really tough.
But it's not far off till we'll be kicking it off on the 17th, and I'm not quite ready yet.
I think there's a big jamboree in Rockwood on the 10th.
That. Yeah, it's right here. Hold on a minute, and I'll tell you about
Harriman and Oneida's coming down, and Oliver Springs and Rockwood and Oakdale.
It's August the 10th at 7:30, and it's the schedule's Midway versus Sunbright, Oliver Springs versus Harriman, Kingston versus Oneida, and Rockwood versus Oakdale.
That'll be a good test for Kingston. Oneida
that'll be a dandy right there. I'm sure you'll go up and cover it for us down there while it's on your end.
But congratulations to Scott Stallings on another PGA win. Boy, he was shooting lights out, 24 under.
Didn't know nothing about it. I seen the paper yesterday.
So,
or the day you won.
Congratulations to him. Picked up a cool $500,000 just for a couple days' work.
Yep.
And when you're shooting them like that, when you're knocking the pins down like that, it really isn't work. It's fun.
Yep.
To get in a groove like that. Next week we'll have some high school football officials with us. We'll be talking about some new rules that are taking place along with the concussion rule. We now have another helmet rule. We'll talk about that next week. So join us right here in the locker room for all of us. Have a great week.
For all your ball, Reno's has it all. Reno's Sporting Goods offers the top name brands and the latest technology for every team athlete. Every day, we've given you 25 years of experience in our work. Come to Reno's.
Hi, Roane County. I'm David Morgan, and I want to be your next property assessor. I believe that all of Roane County should have a fair property assessment, and I'm a firm believer that a fair property assessment will lead to a fair property tax paid for all. If elected, on August the 2nd, I promise to do everything in my power to ensure that Roane County does have fair property assessments and fair property taxes. Thank you for your vote.
You demand good old-fashioned service from your pharmacy, and at Live and Let Live Drugstore in downtown Rockwood, we not only give you great hometown service, but we treat you like our family. Live and Let Live Drugstore is now your source for great candy by the pound, too. Live and Let Live is also a great place for Time and Again candles and wax burner, Elizabeth Arden cosmetics and fragrances, Walter Powell hand-carved birds, and Contented Heart handmade soaps, lip balms, herbal teas, and more. We also have great gift baskets that can be made to order.
Visit us at Live and Let Live Drugstore in downtown Rockwood. Let us be your hometown pharmacy.
Leadership matters. Conservative Julia Hurley understands the issues facing Roane and Loudoun counties. She's a proven leader who gets results. Results like eliminating the death tax by 2016 and cutting taxes by over $100 million. Results like leading the charge on DUI interlock laws and drug testing for welfare recipients. Results like reducing the hall tax and the gift tax. On August 2nd, remember these results and vote for conservative Julia Hurley. Right for business and families. Right for Roane and Loudoun County.